What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button, join Ninja Nation. You'll never regret it. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my Filthiest Pitches of the Day. We're going to start with Lucas Giolito, who had 7 strikeouts in 6 innings, thanks mostly to his wicked slider. J.P. Sears had 5 Ks in 5 shutout innings. He combined his nasty off-speed stuff with elevated fastballs, a tough combination. Eric Fetty had 6 strikeouts in 6 shutout innings and had this pretty curveball. Jacob Junis sent the polar bear into hibernation with this slider. Julio Urias had this nasty 80-mile-an-hour sweeping breaking ball, gave up 1 run in 6 innings. Drew Rasmussen had 7 Ks in 5 innings thanks to these sliders and cutters. Defending Cy Young Award winner Robbie Ray had 10 strikeouts in 6 innings thanks to his slider-fastball combo. He did give up 3 runs on 2 home runs, but we don't talk about that here in Ninja World. Luis Castillo had a mean slider, but check out this insane 97-mile-an-hour front door two-seamer. That is just beautiful. I gotta admit, I love front door two-seamers. Charlie Morton didn't have a great outing, but check out this curveball that had 3,206 RPMs. You can see why Charlie is a 3-time defending Pitching Ninja Award winner for the filthiest curveball. Paul Blackburn had my sword of the day with his 89-mile-an-hour cutter. He only gave up 1 hit in 5 1/3 innings and now has 9 starts and only 9 earned runs. Quietly, he's been really good. He has a 1.7 ERA this season. Aaron Ashby went 5 2/3 innings, giving up no earned runs and had 5 strikeouts, thanks mostly to these wicked sliders. When he's on, he has one of the better sliders in baseball. While we're talking about sliders, check out these wicked sliders from Cristian Javier. He had 9 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings and just a mean slider. These sliders broke up to an amazing 22 inches. You can see why opponents are only hitting 103 against that slider this year. But my filthiest starter of the day and filthiest pitch came from Darvish. Darvish had newfound velocity yesterday. I mean, he was up to 98 miles an hour several times and also had a vicious slider. In fact, that slider was so vicious, he got a KO on it. My man Steve Willis had to wave off the rest of that at-bat because you can't hit when you don't have any ankles left. This overlay of Darvish's 97-mile-an-hour fastball and 86-mile-an-hour slider shows you how unfair that combination is. But the filthiest pitch was this 98-mile-an-hour two-seamer. Look at him put Narvaez in a rocking chair. He makes him look like a Weeble. Weebles may be a little bit before your time, but they were really cool little toys. They'd wobble and they wouldn't fall down.
Wobble, but they don't fall down.
Same thing with Narvaez here. He definitely wobbled. A 98-mile-an-hour front door two-seamer that had 19 inches of arm side run. Insane. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Yency Almonte had these nasty sliders. Tommy Nance had these wicked breaking balls K'ing the side. Liam Hendriks, everyone's favorite Aussie psychopath, had this sick 91-mile-an-hour slider and 99-mile-an-hour fastball combo. Here's an overlay of those. Good luck. Tanner Houck had this filth in 3 shutout innings. I mean, look at the movement on that 95-mile-an-hour sinker and then that slider. And here's an overlay of his sinker and slider. Yeah, that's not very fair. Houck is a monster. But speaking of monsters, Quadzilla, Spencer Strider, absolutely incinerated people last night. He had 5 Ks in 2 2/3 no-hit innings and threw absolute diesel. Here's an overlay of an 83-mile-an-hour slider and his 99-mile-an-hour fastball. You can see why that combo is unhittable. But what really struck me is he just took the ball and shoved it down people's throats. Here's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and a perfect 10 K-roulette. Yes, Strider has his own signature K-strut, a K-roulette. I coined that term and I like it. And check out this perfect execution. He even sticks the landing. Fantastic. Strider is my favorite reliever to watch right now because he is pure electricity. Just an unstoppable force on the mound. Here it is. Hit it. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. It's Charlie, a.k.a. Little Luis Garcia, throwing out the first pitch at the Astros game.